Namaste, everyone. I'm going to share with you all somatic movements, very much inspired by the OA, Netflix. If you have not seen the OA, there are 5 movements in the OA, somatic movements, and they are created to help these characters create miracle within time and space, cross through dimensions. So somatic movements is very much about liberating your physical self so that you can connect with your spiritual self and begin to experience quantum leaps, miracles, as well as reality shifts that can alter time and space and bring about a creative destiny or a major reform to the dimension you're in. Very, very interesting. It's also known as celestial communication. So we're going to use this mantra, and the mantra is Lakshman, 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 Lakshman. And Lakshman is very much as a chariot rider, right, of prosperity. So visualize Lakshman as a marigold chariot with, we can see it as a brownish red horse. Right? Brownish red horse is of prosperity. Marigold is of vital prosperity. And visualize it just galloping, galloping, galloping. Right? Lakshman reaching his prosperity. So just follow along. I'm going to keep doing it so it's easier to kind of watch. Right? I'm a visual learner. Watch and then kind of you'll get the pattern. It will get the pattern. So what we're doing is we're putting in our aura, we're putting in our chakra system, we're putting in our arc line, these powerful movements that are designed to really align, balance, harmonize your total system through the sound current. So we're putting in sound current, very high vibrational sound current, as well as we're creating movement to solidify it, right? To make it what we call spiritual into the physical, because we're physical because we want to build something. Right? If we didn't want to build something, we would just be a spirit, right? Just as there are many spirit. There is 10 spirits per one person on planet Earth. So that's a lot of spirits per person, right? So we are physical flesh because we really want to cross through dimensions. We really want to create quantum leaps, miracles. We really want to have reality shifts, right? So that we can pull in creative destiny. So mantra is a way to penetrate, right? Penetrate the psyche. And also movement is the way to repair and refashion the psyche to basically take the model of the mantra, right? So the mantra is very high vibrational, but why yogis practice, you can say 8 hours a day of recitation as well as like solidifying it in the aura, is because we, as a physical being, we really do have to repattern ourselves to really hold that space, because it's available. Miracle is there, as Nikola Tesla said, but we are just not there physically. We don't have the physical container to be able to calibrate it in and to be able to integrate and understand, right? So this mantra also with movement is a way to basically reform your physical self so that you can begin to vibrate your physical body higher so that you can be able to receive a higher information and be able to understand it, right? To make that correlation very naturally. So just follow along. Lakshman, 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 Om 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 Lakshman, 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 Om, 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 Lakshman. Inhale. Squeeze it into your navel. Open the chest, pressing the tongue to the upper palate. Tuck of the chin, roll the shoulders back, and just feel the movement. Exhale. Inhale. Squeeze it. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So, wonderful. So I'm going to show you just slowly kind of the movement, okay? So this is wonderful. You can practice. You can just keep replaying this over, and it will kind of recalibrate your brain to be at a higher vibrational resonance so that you can have a higher vibrational sort of creative output, creative input, a higher vibrational relationship resonance, right? We're tuning you, like tuning a guitar, right? We can tune a guitar from 440 hertz to 432 hertz, right? Because 432 hertz has a more refined vibrational resonance, right? So 440 hertz, think of it as it's like it has more of an off sort of arrhythmic, right? So we tune because we want to kind of eliminate the arrhythmic. We want it to refine so that our information can be clear, right? Not kind of murky or a little bit like off, right? Like a mandala that is off, it has a lower vibration than a mandala that's really refined and that's very geometrically precise, right? So naturally we all create a mandala with our aura, right? And a lot of our mandala, called our aura, is a little bit off because we have a lot of these disruptive energies and disruptive frequencies. So this sort of movement is a way to really like fine tune, right, your frequency to like a 432 hertz, so that what you're outputting and what you're inputting very much is as a more precise sacred geometric formation, rather than when it's off, right, it doesn't have that strong penetrative effect on your psyche, on the psyche of the collective, and on this physical earth, right? So the movement very slowly. So we're holding the navel, right? Lakshman, 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 Om, Lakshman, right? And then kind of slowly come down. Lakshman, 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 Om, Lakshman. And then bring it up. Lakshman, 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 Lakshman. And then kind of like you're literally sweeping back, and then you get your arms in a fist. Lakshman. And then you kind of hold it here, like kind of beside your ribcage, your fist, like tight fist, like I'm a soldier. Like literally you're holding your heart open. You can hold this position for 5 minutes, and you'll literally feel your heart, physical heart opening. Lakshman, and then sweep it around the aura with that fist, like a drum, like you're pounding a drum, like Lakshman, 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 then hold this pose, right? Chest open. Lakshman, 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 right? And then kind of here, right, left over right. Here at the heart, the physical heart, right, that chi. And then Lakshman, 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 Lakshman. So you're stretching the heart, the physical heart, right? Creating this chi ball, right? Connecting your heart with your aura. And then Lakshman, 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 right? So this is like movement with the aura, kind of like fluidity, right? So my hands are very fluid. right? What you're doing is you're basically massaging your chakra, right? You're massaging, right? You're loosening up the whole chakra. You're loosening up the psyche. Right? This is about loosening. It's that water element. And then you connect that water element to Lakshman, 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 Ong, Ong, Lakshman, right? The water element with the earth element. Your navel represents earth, right? It also represents the furnace, like fire, right? The burn, the dissonance, the disease that may cause your tree to die, right? So the fire meets earth meets water, right? So the water, the fire of the navel, as well as the lower body, represents, like a tree, represents the earth element. So really, really bringing that down and supporting the elements coming into emergence, coming into unity, so that you can begin to experience a creative destiny and refine your physical self, so that your spiritual high destiny can come in, right? But in order for your spiritual high destiny to come in, you have to have a geometric code your body is resonating at, that's in sync with that high destiny. So that's why we use Kundalini yoga or meditation or mantra, because it's a way to basically reform our physical body, right? Sequence our physical body according to that geometric pattern we have to have in the physical in order for this information to come through us and to come through us clearly, right? Or it gets kind of caught in the murkiness of our physical life. So then we get the message, but it gets caught in the murkiness. So therefore it can't be understood by us. And therefore what is not understood cannot be realized by us. So thank you for joining me